So I decided to start off my day at another hawker center, of course, and gonna try some fried carrot cake. Now, this is not actually the same as American carrot cake. It's not sweet at all. It's not actually made out of carrots. I think it's like radish. It kind of looks like carrots, if that makes sense, with some egg and stuff. So I'm gonna try it. It looks very interesting. He asked if I wanted spicy, and I said yes. Hopefully it's not super spicy. First bite. Yeah, it's like, it's not potato, but it's like some sort of starch with a lot of egg, just fried up. A lot of salt, a lot of pepper, and then this chili oil. Maybe some other spices and seasoning that I can't really tell, but this is a really good breakfast item. Really good. So I'm heading to Sentosa, which is kind of like a beach city, but to get there, you have to walk on a boardwalk. But to get to the boardwalk, you have to walk through this mall. And it is insane. You can even buy a BMW here. Literally at the mall, you can buy a BMW. It says kind of starting at 130-ish Singaporean dollars, which is kind of expensive. But yeah, we'll see. That long thing over there, that is the boardwalk that I will be attempting to cross. And that is Sentosa over there. It's an island technically, and there's a little beach over there that I'm gonna try and walk to. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, so scratch that. There's actually moving walkways, escalator moving walkways, and so this is gonna be actually a lot easier than I thought. So that's good. All right, so kind of bad news. I managed to hit my head on a bathroom door. So I'm pretty stupid, but essentially in Singapore, they have these child doors. So it's a 2-layered door. So essentially the top half moves independently of the bottom half. So if you close the bottom half, the top half still stays where it is. And I didn't realize that. So I just closed the bottom half and then went to go turn around to put my backpack on the hook, and I just slammed my head. So be careful when you're in Singapore, and watch out for those child bathrooms because they will get you. Finally made it to the beach. As you can see, it's really pretty white sand. It's not the softest sand I've ever seen, but it's pretty blue waters. So I'm gonna go see how cold it is. Let's go. So unfortunately, I talked to a lifeguard and he said I cannot fly a drone, which would have been super pretty all around here, but I can't fly a drone, unfortunately. So you'll just have to see it through these videos, but it's still really pretty, so gotta appreciate it for what it is. Alright, so I'm at a food court here, and I decided to get a chicken curry noodle. You can literally see the curry and all the flavor and everything, and I bet it's going to be very flavorful. So let's go ahead and just try some chicken right here. It's probably super hot. It's a very light curry. It's almost like a Thai curry. It's like creamy, coconutty a little bit, a tiny bit spicy, but otherwise it's super flavorful with just like that creaminess, which I like of curries, not like the super strong curries. At the mall again because it's raining, and I had to get something. Got something from Uniqlo. Gotta do it. My favorite clothing store. So I just finished a free walking tour, and it was actually pretty good. I tipped the guy like 20 Singaporean dollars, which I feel like is probably about right. I think that's maybe like 15 USD. but it's pretty interesting. I found out a lot about Singapore and its culture. They're very strict on laws. So for example, I think this is kind of good, but if you post discriminating things, like even online, like saying, you know, like there was a pastor who said Muslims are all extremists, and the pastor was almost jailed. Like he was given a warning first, but then they were saying, oh, you can be jailed for that. One other interesting thing that I saw was there's actually a Jewish synagogue, which I didn't really expect in a city like this. So that's pretty interesting. Apparently Jewish people are 6% of Singapore here, and they're very involved in politics and very involved. They're also kind of like the super wealthy here. So that's pretty interesting. But Singapore basically had a problem with multicultural and racism, essentially, kind of like what America's going through now. And what they did is they forced people to live together in terms of public housing. 80% of people in Singapore live in public housing, but they forced people to live together in terms of multicultural public housing. And then I guess I don't think the problem's away completely, but I think it's starting to go away, which is, you know, good overall. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, and I think the walking tour was really cool. Not necessarily in terms of the sights to see. None of them were like blow me away awesome, but it was really interesting to learn about from firsthand from a Singaporean all the issues and multiculturalism and asking him a bunch of questions. So I highly recommend doing it just for the experience of talking to a Singaporean. So yeah. We're just gonna walk down. All right, I'm trying stingray. It's grilled stingray. And we'll see how it tastes. The texture is very much like a not so tender fish. Slightly salty with a lot of spice. But otherwise it's pretty good with a little bit of vinegar. So it's slightly sour. But otherwise, I like fish better, but this is not bad at all. All right, I'm at Clark Quay. I met a British guy and a German girl. I don't know what we're gonna do tonight, but we're gonna do something. All right, we got some oh, this is Carlsberg. Yeah. And now we're gonna drink. So what? What are we drinking to?
Chinese, German, and UK culture.
Yeah.
And traveling.
And traveling. The British man is up there. Wave! We found the British man. He's jumping everywhere. He's doing parkour. Alright, we got the Europeans now. And they're walking home, and they're completely sober.
Absolutely, old boy.
Yeah.
And she has a flight tomorrow.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to get wasted again.
She's not wasted. She's completely sober.
Yeah, I'm sober.